Oh, there we go. I think we're good. Yep, says live. Okay. Welcome everybody to the PMASGN stream. I am the Musical Gamer. And welcome. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Before we get started, I'm going to just send out... Send out... Ah, crap, I forget which one to do this in. Okay. Come on over to the PMASGN EU4 starting right now. And I suppose I will take this and copy, paste, go. Okay, that should do it. Hey, Ace! Welcome to the stream! Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was busy typing a message. Welcome to some EU4. Recently, Paradox has just released a new DLC called The Rights of Man, and oh my god, is it a big game changer. I'm a huge Paradox fan, huge EU4, CK2 fan. I think this is actually going to be the first time I'm legitimately doing an EU4 run, either on my own channel or on YouTube. In fact, I might even send this up to YouTube as well, even though this is a PMASGN stream. But there are a lot of new changes Rights of Man has introduced, including getting rid of technology groups, introducing an institution system, leader traits for your generals and your rulers and your heirs. It's pretty big, the kind of things they changed. This is like an updated Age of Empires with a rock soundtrack. This is awesome. Yeah, Paradox has done a lot with the music over the years. In fact, I actually had to even disable a really awesome music DLC because it's third party, and I could get flagged for copyright for it. But, okay, so I was thinking, the best nations that take advantage of all the stuff that Rights of Man introduced is a European nation. But that just seems so boring. There are nations over here in the east, like China, most nations in India, including the Indonesian area, as well as Japan and Korea, that start with feudalism level tech. The institution system is like this sort of technology spread. And feudalism is the first one, so these nations over here, as well as Europe, they start with it. Nations like in Africa or in like Central Asia, they don't have feudalism. However, when I think the year is 1450, which is only about like 6 years into the start of the game, the Renaissance hits, which is the next level of tech, and that starts in Italy. Historically accurate, I suppose. And it spreads from there. So it'll spread throughout all of Europe first until it's adopted, and then eventually it'll slowly start to creep its way over. Now, if I'm thinking we're gonna play an Asian nation. I think we're gonna play an Asian nation. Nice rhyme. I'm thinking we might play Brunei, because I think that might be interesting. Maybe Kutai instead. I'm not sure. Do we want like an interesting idea tree, which could be interesting. I'm not gonna lie. Port defense, national manpower, tax, unrest. Because the Malayan Sultanate is like a typical sort of idea group over here, where you have like a few interesting ones. Sumatra's the same way. Like I can't even say. Pagaruyung has its own special tree. Ooh, with institutions as well. High education, spread in plus 10%. Maybe that's who we'll play as. They 3 provinces. Very interesting. Kind of difficult though. Nah, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking we should stick with Brunei. So yeah, let's just load up Brunei. No Iron Man. Will it be a sensation? I'm not sure if it will be a sensation, Ace. Could be. There is no way to tell until we get started. So we're gonna just start over here. We're gonna start in Indonesia. We're gonna be Brunei. So we do have, as I go to a new map mode, we do have feudalism over here. It is present. If we check this little button here, we can see it. So there's a bunch of groups. Renaissance has not been created in the world yet. Then we have colonialism, printing press, global trade, manufactories, and enlightenment at the end. Now, I don't know about anything past Renaissance. I know the Renaissance will hit in 6 years' time in Italy, in a random province in Italy. And then it will spread from there. Now, we're not going to be able to get anything past feudalism until the Europeans actually start to come over here and colonize. So that's not going to be for like a good 150 to 200 years from now. So it's going to be a long time before we actually get the Renaissance, which means colonialism might hit. So every time you have an institution in the world that you have not yet embraced, you get a tech penalty up to, I believe, 50%. It increases by 1% per year you don't have the thing adopted. Yes, when embraced, it will provide build cost minus 5%, development cost minus 5%, which is nice. Okay, so it does tell you what year these things will spawn. So 1450, 1500, 1550. So is it every 50? It looks like every 50 years there's going to be a new institution. Huh. Okay. So we have feudalism. So what feudalism is giving us, since our entire country has embraced it, we get an extra leader without upkeep, which is pretty helpful. What do we have for national decisions already? Establish the Sheikh ul-Islam. Oh, we're Muslim. We must be Muslim. Yes, we are Sunni. We are Muslim. Lots of tolerance of the true faith. -1 for heretics, which would be any sort of other heretical Islamic belief, so Shia and Ibadi. And heathens, there's a whole crap ton of heathens for the Muslims. We do not like the heathens. Heathens bad. Heathens equal bad. Who do we have for nations that we can rival? Majapahit, Malacca, Kutai. We are definitely rivaling Kutai. Oh, we only have 3 options. So I suppose that means we should definitely... Are we all rivals with each other? We are. Okay. Then, in that case, we are just going to accept all of these. Because we hate everybody. Here in Indonesia, nobody is a friend. We must kill all the people. Rival of a rival. So we can pick a mission, and the mission will give us special perks and modifiers, as well as maybe bonus like points or anything like that, should we complete them. Like improving our prestige. If we get a prestige of 50, we get 1 stability. Sounds good, but getting prestige is pretty difficult. It doesn't grow naturally, even at our rate of only having like just under 5. So it's going to tick down, which is kind of crap. So that mission's definitely not a good thing for us. If we just like went into like all-out war, we may be small, but we will conquer all. Yes, the mighty nation of Brunei. We shall conquer everything. Tarakan. Where's Tarakan? Is it? Oh, that's over here in Kutai. Huh. That might be a decent mission to start with. So we have 3 diplomats. I guess we're kingdom rank. Oops. Let's start by building a spy network there. Do we want to start with that, or do we want to start with this? Pasai. Where's Pasai? Is this Pasai down here? I think this is Pasai, right? No, that's Majapahit. That's our rival. Oh, there's Pasai. I think we'll take that mission to start. Rival of a rival. We'll gain 5 prestige from completing it, as well as 25 diplo power. I'll go for power in just a second. Otherwise, what are these? Gain 10 piety, missionary strength, until the death of our ruler. So Muslims are interesting. You're gonna probably, if you're playing this game for the first time, you're probably gonna have like playing a Christian nation, most likely Catholic, unless you start at a later date after the Protestant Reformation. But Muslims are different than Catholics. Catholics, you have the papal mechanic, which you have to deal with the Pope. Muslims have a different one. We have a piety mechanic. So we currently have 10 piety. The more piety we gain more missionary strength, more morale of armies, and fort defense, which is good for war, as well as conversion. And if we go the opposite direction, lack of piety, if we become non-piety, non-piety, that's not even words. we get more taxes. We can start making more money, more manpower modifiers. So our max manpower cap, which is how many troops we can reinforce or create at any given time, increases by 20%, and our tech cost goes down by 10%. That is really powerful. So I don't really think there's any reason to accept this. Gain more piety. I don't want to do that because then the other benefits start to go away more. Same with this. National unrest might be useful though. We'll hold off. What is the trigger for this? We need a Diplo skill of at least 3, and we don't have a regency. And admin skill of 3. What is our ruler skill anyway? A 442. That's not bad. We're 31 as well. We have a Silver Tongue, which this is new for Rights of Man. We actually have leader traits like you would have in Crusader Kings 2, which is really cool and really interesting. Midas touched, so plus 10% tax and plus 20% relations over time. And in 13 years, we'll gain our 3rd and final trait. We do not have an heir, though, and that's a little worrying. So, Pasai, we are going to improve relations with you, with a diplomat, and we have another free one. So, I don't know, who else doesn't like Kutai? It's just us. Any of our other rivals? Like, Pajet? Sunda. So Sunda might be a decent ally. Would also possibly prevent them from eating them. However, we are not the same religious group, so that might be difficult. What are you? You're Theraveda? I think it's the other one that's in this Indonesian chain. Oh, by the way, anybody out there listening, let me know if the audio balance is working properly. I think it is, but I didn't really get a chance to test it. Oh, no, you're Hindu. Okay, so the 3 religions over here really is Hindu, Theraveda, and Islam is what it is. Yeah, there's Theraveda. There's more Islam, Islam. So Malacca we don't like. Ayutthaya, but no, you're not. Getting alliances with... Oh, you're a vassal, so that's not going to be possible anyway. Getting alliances with people that are not a religious group might be a little bit difficult, but it shouldn't be impossible. We're actually making decent money, too. We can afford to hire advisors, which will increase our total monarch point gain. So monarch points, what they do, we can turn the music down a tick or 2. Sure, I can do that. That is no problem. Oh yeah, that's up really high. There, that should be good. So, what was I thinking? Oh yeah, the monarch points. So what the monarch points do for us is, we gain these on a monthly increment. So we're getting 775 each month for admin, diplo, and military. And what you do with monarch points is varied. You use them, probably the most important part is leveling up your tech. So once we get, say, for example, 598 admin points, we can tech up to tech 4 in admin. Same with diplo and military. Military is very important in the beginning, too. You also use them to get ideas, which we don't have access to until we hit level 5 in admin. There's a couple of other things you can do, like in Rights of Man, they added the option to strengthen your government for 100 military points. You can increase your legitimacy by 10, which, the higher your legitimacy, you have better effects, like national unrest goes down by 2 at max, tolerance of true faith, heretics, and heathens up by 1, diplo rep up by 1, income from vassals, if you have any, is up by 5%. Having a high legitimacy is good. Having low legitimacy can be pretty bad. So what else can we spend our points on? We can spend them on military points, and again, for recruiting generals and admirals. You can also turn your ruler and your heir into generals as well if you don't have the points, or if you have somebody you kind of, you know, want to kill. Because you can do that too, sort of. These are conquistadors and explorers. They are used to mainly explore what's in this fog of war area. We don't have access to the idea. You need you need exploration ideas to get either of these two, and they are recruited with diplo power instead of military. What else can you spend your points on? I forget which DLC. It might have been the last one that put this promote mercantilism button in. For 100 diplo power, you can increase your mercantilism by 1%, which is very powerful if you're a trade nation, which, who knows, we might become over here. Yeah, much better? Good. I'm glad. Yeah, we might... Who knows? Because when the Europeans land, they're going to start colonizing all this uncolonized land. Like, this is uncolonized. We do have a national idea that right at the end, we'll gain a free colonist, which could be nice. I'm thinking, for ideas, because there's a whole bunch of them, I'm thinking we might want to take, like, expansion at some point so we can get a colonist to start colonizing this land so we can try and get more before the Europeans come. Maybe. Who knows? There might be other better ideas to go for first. Usually, it's not a good idea to go military idea first. If you watch, like, good EU4 players, like, I recommend, like, Quill 18 or Arumba. I especially like Arumba. Aruba's very opinionated on the ideas you can kind of take, and the general consensus is that you don't really want to start with military, because those first couple of military techs, especially with this new institution system, is so important that you don't really want to funnel all your points into this, and you can't keep up with your military tech if you're funneling your points into ideas. So starting with, say, like, an admin or diplo group is probably the better bet. I'm wondering, though, because you do spend admin points on coring land you take, so that's actually part of your nation fully, that maybe we start with diplo. I don't know. We'll get there when we get there. Right now, we want advisors. So we should hire land maintenance. I think I'm going to take the land maintenance guy, save some money. Trade, better relations over time. We do have that in our ruler already. So I'm wondering if maybe we should take... Trade efficiency or better relations. We get 40% boost to that, which could help with aggressive expansion. If you take too many provinces, people around you get a little pissy. So you know what? I think I will go with that. That's a huge reduction. Yearly inflation. We don't have any inflation. National unrest. I guess we'll take that guy. And we're still making money, which ain't bad. Ain't bad at all. Okay, so I think... Oh, we still have a free diplomat. Who do we want to send that to? I don't like leaving diplomats not having anything to do. So you're my rival. You're my rival. You aren't. You know what? I'm going to improve relations with you. Maybe we can get an alliance. So who knows? So the game is now unpaused. Time is ticking, which is great. While we're looking at this, we can, in fact, hire some more troops. Visit from some shady people. If you see my Crusader Kings 2 Let's Play, some of this might look familiar. You're going to get random events popping up that have effects on your country. The biggest difference between CK2 and EU4 is that rather than playing as like a character or a family tree, you're playing as an actual nation instead. So it's a bit less personal, but you can definitely see a lot more like blobbing out and growth. Shady looking characters, Spy Network Construction or 5 Prestige. You know what? I'm going to take the Spy Network Construction. I normally take the Prestige, but getting some more some bonuses here to building the Spy Network, because Spy Network will help us claim things, and I think we're going to hire some troops too. Oh, we're losing money now. Why are we losing money? Army maintenance? Probably. 1, 2, 3. Go to our force limit, the amount of troops we can have at any given time, and let's lower our army maintenance so we're making money. Trust your neighbor. Although citizens are encouraged to show trust and good faith in their exchanges, the reality of many nations is that it's a risk people cannot afford to take. This, however, is not the case in Brunei. We've successfully stamped out corruption on so many levels in society. People not only trust officials to do their jobs without the extra help of a bribe, but they also trust each other more in general exchanges. Cool! So totally not like America. This general belief in the honesty of others is the very thread from which the fabric of society is woven, and our country is a shining example of it. Gain of stability. Nice. As stipulated in Sunni teachings. Nice. Ooh, you know what? I'm going to lower... Hold on. I'm going to lower that sound as well. Just a little. Okay, so we are gaining money, albeit slowly. Just about a ducat a month, almost. But we are training some troops, so hopefully we can maybe take on Kutai soon. If we can blob out and take the island of Borneo, I think this is Borneo, right? My Sultan. Mongolia is preparing to attack Oirat in a war of aggression. Really? Aren't you a vassal of Oirat? You are. Oh, you have 100% liberty desire. That's why that's happening. I'm like, I could have sworn Mongolia started the game off as a vassal. And he does. He just doesn't care. Ooh, we have ships we need to do something with. There's our cogs. So we have a fleet of light ships. Light ships are pretty good at protecting trade. So let's protect trade in our node here in Malacca. So send you out there. So hopefully that'll increase our shares of the trade income. We need to just build... Yeah, wow, look at that. That alone, I think, has just boosted our income by, like... I think, like, almost half a ducat by itself. Which is pretty good. Ah, excellent. Okay. We got the troops. Declining power of the emirs. Well, they lose 10 influence. Well, that's not too bad, I guess. You know what, you guys? Come over here. We're going to go to war eventually. Even if it's the last thing I do. We're going to get to war. How are we looking at an alliance here? Only -10 reasons. And Pasai. How about you? You would take an alliance. I would not mind getting that. So you know what? You come home. It'll take 13 days. Yeah, travel time in this area of the world is very long. So when you cancel a mission, it takes some time for your diplomats to come home. 5 for siege, 25 diplo. Awesome. We can definitely use those. Conquer Tarakan, accumulate money, improve our prestige. I think we're going to take this now. That's our mission. Our mission is to conquer this province. Hold on, what am I doing? Royal marriage. You know what? I will take that because we need an heir. Which is the map mode I'm thinking of? Oh, come on. I know which map mode this is. Is it you? Yes, it's you. It's the diplomat mode. So we have a claim on this province, so we can actually declare war over it. So oh, we can actually take another, I think, right? Oh no, we need 25 now. I should have waited. That would have saved a little time. So maybe we can put a claim on for 2 of these provinces, or 2 of these nations. Go to war. Oop, nope, I don't want to find. Go to war over these over 2, 7 and 6 development province. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad to me. Fish, 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 lots of fish. Spices are good. Ah, Kutai, you fabricated a claim on me. Damn you. Not gonna let you get away with this. Let's fabricate on, what is this one? Bulungan? Oh, we can't. Oh, damn it, we can't. Alright, so then, Barao. We could split them down the middle. Alright, so we have a alliance with you. How's our relation improved? Plus 32? That's not bad. We have a royal marriage, so I think this relationship's gonna stick. Sunda, how about you? Almost. If we take a royal marriage with you, we could probably get an alliance very quickly. Yeah. I think that's just a good idea. So another good benefit to having a high spy network in a country is that it does increase like things like siege speed. So, say for example, when we take on Kutai here, let's just take a quick look. You don't have any. No, you don't. You don't have any forts. So when we go to take their capital, we'll have to actually siege it down for a while. Having a higher spy network will increase our siege speed, which is kind of nice. Ain't a bad thing. Right, what was I thinking? Sunda. Alliance. I'm hoping by doing this, we might be able to discourage, say, like, Majapahit from expanding there. Maybe. He could still, like, attack people over here, but nothing I can do about that if that happens. Pasai would be nice. Maybe prevent Malacca from expanding over here. We'll have an ally. Now that we have allies, actually, if you look in this menu, this diplomatic feedback, we gather favors. So every 2 years, we'll gain a favor with Pasai, and Sunda every year. It's dependent on how strong your country is compared to theirs. If you're equal or stronger than them, you'll gain a favor every year. If they're a bit stronger than you, too, if they're a lot stronger than you, it'll take 3 years to gain a favor. Trust will determine how well the country trusts you. More importantly, this diplomatic, back in this diplomatic feedback mode, if we go to our own kingdom, provinces of interest. If we click these things, they are provinces of interest, meaning we want them. Yeah, you know what? I would love to have, say, like these provinces. I'll keep that buffer zone in case, yeah, you guys want some too. I wouldn't mind you getting a little stronger, to be honest. Wouldn't be too bad. So I'm wondering, are you going to get an alliance with anybody? I don't know what your current mission is. I don't know if you can. I mean, you might be able to. You might be able to ally with Majapahit now that I think about it. Which means we should declare war soon. What is your military like? If we go into the ledger by hitting L. Kutai. Where are you? There you are. You have 8,000 men. We have 11,000, so we do have more troops than you. I suppose it would all come down to what kind of a general we can roll. Which I could do from the estates. I need to remember that. So with our estates, which are dependent, I think, based on both culture and religion. For Islam, we have emirs, merchant guilds, and ulema. Emirs are like the nobles. We can call a diet, gain some loyalty and influence, which we will do because I want to grant generalship, which will make them gain another 20 influence if they go over 75%, right? I think. Or is it 80? No, it's 80. Once they go over 80%, they start getting a little cranky or a little angry, and start threatening to coup you, which would appear here in the disasters. But I want this generalship. So free general at 40 tradition, so he should be a decent one, hopefully. That's not bad. Well, 1, 2, 3, and 1 siege pip. That could be a lot worse. Estates. Right. Merchant guilds. Do we want to do anything with you? I don't know. Right now, at that high loyalty level, they're granting us plus 20% manpower recovery and a minus 10% land maintenance modifier. We could just demand some military points from them, which, since they won't dip below 40%, they won't get disloyal, which means we'll still keep a positive effect, and we'll gain a free 100 military power, which could go quite a ways to boosting our military tech. The ulema is like the clergy. We could demand administrative support. I don't know. You know, no, I'm gonna leave the support alone for at least until after the war. And we are going to increase our maintenance. Actually, because of that bonus, we're actually still making money even with our army fully maintained. I will suffer no infidels. Leave them be. Lose piety, gain ducats. Now you see, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. At least for us right now. We don't need the missionary strength. The morale of armies would be good. I'm not gonna lie. Oof. It would be good. If we can get like an early tech advantage, that'd be fantastic. Now we're gonna lose the piety. We're gonna lose the piety. So right now, I don't think we're gaining any bonuses. I'm not sure. No, it doesn't look like it. So once our morale goes up, I think we'll wait 1 more month. Hopefully they won't get an ally before then. We'll give it 1 more month and then we invade. Okay. Let's lower the speed a little bit. I think we'll be okay. We can't call in any of our allies, but I think we'll be fine. See, grasslands, jungle. If I can get them to, like, attack me in the jungle somewhere, that'd be even better.